All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Shedding Your Skin. I was planning on going live earlier today from Blooms or the Keystone Reptile Expo in Bloomsburg, but I found out later that we would be home in time so I could actually go live at my normal time slot. And it probably wouldn't have gone too well going live from the venue just because we had two toddlers with us and they were running around, and we wound up leaving a little bit earlier than we wanted to take them to a park. But it was still pretty fun. So I am here. So I just wanted to talk about the show, give my feedback, things like that, as we move forward with this live. Nikki, thanks for tuning in. Happy Saturday. It's been a long day. I feel like I got no sleep and then was immediately up and on the road, headed north. But it's things we do in this hobby. Get up early on a weekend to go buy snakes and look at snakes. But yeah, it was a nice venue. It's at the fairgrounds. So they have a big fair every year where they have concerts and all sorts of stuff. So I mean, it was really nice. It wasn't too crowded. There was a line when we got there, but it wasn't anything like some of the other shows where I've been at where it takes forever to get in. It only took, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or so for us to get in and start walking around. So, I mean, it wasn't terrible at all. What's good, Bill? Thanks for tuning in. Thomas, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I mean, it was nice. It was definitely on the smaller side. It's only the second show that they had there, but there were quite a few vendors there, mostly people that I associate with, local PA guys. So I mean, it was nice to just walk in and see them, pretty much prominently on display. But it would be a venue that I'd feel comfortable vending. I think they have another show coming up in May, so depending on what I have, I may try to get a table there. But it might be later in the year. Typically, the stuff is hatching here, August and September. So it might be later in the year. Who knows? I have some first-time breeders going this year, and they might be earlier. So I might have some things available. Right now, there's the two that are on my morph market. They're pretty inexpensive compared to the other things, similar genetics. So it's a proven breeder butter female. She's on there for I think 200, and then leopard pastel female that I hatched up as well for $100, something like that. So if you're interested, check out my morph market and make an offer. Otherwise, they'll probably go to a show. I have 3 other hatchlings that are probably just for a show, maybe some other things I'm looking to move off of. So just let me know if you're interested in anything, and as it gets warmer, I can ship them out. For some of these things, I'm not really too concerned about prices. It's more of just moving them. So if you know anybody that's interested in a pet or something like that, I might even just do shipping for these 2 pastel males that I have, because I'm not really going to make too much money on them. So I'm not really concerned about that sort of thing. But back to the show. Yeah, it was nice. It was. You could walk around and, you're not bumping into anybody. It was pretty easy to go from one table to another if somebody had a customer. So I did my rounds and, said hi to everybody, that I know. So that was nice. And I got roped into watching Chris from B&S's table for a couple minutes as he was dealing with his own kids. Luckily, there wasn't too much traffic, and his pine snakes sort of entertained a few people because they were all riled up. But yeah, it was nice. And I did, because of the kids there and us leaving earlier than anticipated, I forgot to get my cocoa from Chris before I left, but not that big of a deal. He's only 20 minutes away, so I'm sure I can just reach out to him and pick stuff up next couple days or next week or whenever. But yeah, it was crazy. I'm trying to do my own thing, and helping my friend and his wife corral their 2 toddlers, and it was exciting. Constantly trying to get them to not touch things on the tables, things like that. because they're always interested and want to hold everything. I wound up getting them like 2 little squishy frog things that they were playing with. So, I figured they're taking them off the table. They're playing with them. Might as well buy them, keep them occupied. But yeah, it was nice. A nice show. Definitely sort of family friendly. From the appearance, sort of advertise, hey, free for kids under, whatever age, bring your kids, that sort of thing. But there wasn't anybody there doing, how they have some shows will have the vendor where they just have a bunch of different animals and they're doing activities and it's focused on, the kids. They didn't really have anything like that, but they did have, door prizes and things like that. So Calvin wound up winning a crested gecko. So that was kind of cool. It's a little small, a hatchling, decent genetics. But hey, it was free. So hopefully it's a male, and I have some females that I can, use him with. But yeah, it was nice to see. You get your ticket, and then hey, you won something, and you get to pick something off the list. So I mean, that's a nice incentive for having door prizes, things like that. So I mean, I definitely go to the show again. Since this is not too far. Hopefully, I'll be vending there sometime this year if I can get a table. It shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, it was nice, especially having kids, because sometimes at other shows it's a pain. And I know from the being on the other side of the table, you really don't want kids just coming up and grabbing stuff, touching stuff, things like that. So I mean, I get that because kids can be a little rough, but I still don't mind if somebody wants, a kid wants to hold an animal, something like that. They're more than, I'm more than happy to oblige. Even if there's not a sale, it's just getting somebody interested. Maybe getting, the parents interested. But with kids, you're generally selling to the parent, no matter how interested the kid is. So I don't have a problem with it. But it was nice to be at a a smaller show where I could walk around and interact. It's been a while since I'd gone to a show. The last one I was at, I was vending, so I really didn't get to do too much walking around, socializing, that sort of thing. It was more me standing at my table trying to sell the snakes that didn't sell. But yeah, it was definitely nice. Nice way to spend a Saturday. I initially went to pick up a snake from Kai that I got in one of the holdback rack auctions, which they're also doing another one tonight. So be sure to check that out. Check out their page, see who's up on the auction block. Maybe you'll find something at a discounted price. Who knows? But I was able to pick up a male pied that's pretty decent size. That hopefully I can plug him in this year, because I have a het pied female and a pied female that I was planning on putting my ultramale het pied to, but he's not eating it. I'm not entirely comfortable pairing him until he eats. So getting a visual male pied sort in the rotation sort of helps me, get something out of those females instead of having them on the shelf for another year. Since last year the ultramale stuff didn't go, and I didn't have any clutches from them. So we'll see. And of course, it wouldn't be a Reptile Expo without me looking around and picking up something I didn't intend on buying. So I did pick up another female recessive with some codoms that just caught my eye as I was walking around. So that one's from Triforce, and I would show them off, but you guys are gonna have to wait until the video on Tuesday or on Thursday, because I'm trying to start putting more content out and being more consistent with my content. So you'll see shorts almost every day. This live on Saturdays if I'm available. If not, it'll be something pre-recorded that hopefully it's interesting and you guys tune in. And then on Tuesday doing the morning show, which is it's rough getting up that early, and not many people are tuning in as they're getting ready for work or they're still sleeping. So, but it's just getting out there, and it had been a while since I had done a video, so I wanted to start doing that again, just so I can get more traction, more feedback, things like that. People can see what's available through YouTube and on my Instagram. So I've been trying to be more active, and Yeah, I understand that this, was kind of an impromptu live, and it's just me talking. I don't have any guests. Didn't really have anything planned. I just wanted to, do a shout out to that in the reptile show I was at today, and talk about it. And I think it's pretty good. I'm interested to see how everybody did. Uh, I'm sure I'll find out in a couple hours through the group chats and things like that. But there seemed to be a decent amount of foot traffic. But it certainly, it definitely has that smaller show vibe, which, is nice, depending on, what you're looking for. Obviously it's not going to be like a Tinley or anything like that, where it's huge. But what's good, Justin? Thanks for tuning in. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go. It's been, been a long day already. I might need a nap. But yeah, it's always nice to go to shows, and I've been reluctant because it's like, well, why am I driving somewhere and spending the $10 if I have no intention on, buying anything? But I get, I'm out there wearing my brand, interacting with people, so it's, it's nice. And plus, I get to catch up with people that I only talk to in group chats and see a couple times a year. Usually at reptile shows or picnics, things like that. So it's just nice to get there and talk shop and see what everybody has on their table, and something might catch my eye like it did today. I had no intention of buying anything, but you know how that goes. And I've already said, oh, I'm not buying any more snakes this year, and I've added 3. So yeah, I mean, it definitely vending. People have mixed experience. It all depends on your show, and don't let one bad local show ruin it for you. I mean, I didn't sell anything in the first show, the first and only show I vended, but it didn't deter me. It was still nice. People got my business card, people got my stickers, people, it was more marketing. So I was able to get my name out there locally to people in Pennsylvania that might not know who the heck I am because they're not watching YouTube or following me on Instagram and things like that. So hopefully that helps. We'll see. I am seeing an uptick in traffic on my morph market, but it's definitely not where I'd like to be. But again, it's stuff you can get at your local shows. So why are you going to pay me and then pay for shipping? So I'm trying to factor that into the price, but it's still a worthwhile experience. I recommend everybody that is breeding at least one time vend an expo. Even if it's a smaller one, just so you can get the feeling for it, see whether or not it's your thing. I know some people that don't vend, that just sell, through Instagram, social media, and on morph market. So I mean, if that works for you, that works for you. I just like the interaction. So I'm talking to people because you might be looking at a snake, the guy next to you is looking at something, and you're like, oh, I'm working this, working that, and you're talking shop. So it's always nice to have that sort of thing. And sorry if you guys hear my my washing machine going, but yeah, it was nice. Like I said, I'm trying to get out to more shows, either vending if I have inventory, or just to be there. I'm planning on going to Daytona in August, so that'll be my first really big show, and I'm excited. And I know I'm not going to buy any snakes there, at least I hope not. And obviously I'm not vending, but just going to meet people that I probably wouldn't meet unless I go to a show like that. Sure, we can be on these panels, and I can have somebody from across the country on here, and I've made friends that I've never met in person through social media. But it's nice to actually meet them, see them in person, see some of these bigger shows. So I'm trying to do that as well. Over the probably one big show a year, something like that. I think Daytona this year, because I definitely want to get down there and see Stan, and maybe Dallas in 25, and then Tinley the year after. It all depends. If I make some snakes have some disposable income and can swing doing multiple shows like that, because it's a lot for me to. I have to find somebody to watch my dog. I have to take off of work. Depending how my travel is, I might have to take more time off of work. So it's I have to plan it in advance, and I feel like I'm doing that this year with Daytona. I'm going to book my flight soon, so I can get it pretty cheap, and I live right by the airport, so I'm able to get down there. And if I get to Jacksonville or Orlando, somebody can pick me up. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, it's a nice way to get your name out there, get people to meet you. Some people feel more comfortable dealing with somebody that they feel like they know, that they met in person. They've seen their table, seen their collection, that all that sort of stuff. So I'm definitely looking forward to this year. And then thanks. I'm still planning it, so I will definitely be reaching out. But yeah, I'm excited. Plus, it's gonna be Florida in the summer, but yeah, I've been down there. I have family down there, so I'm used to it. It'll be nice to get a break from Pennsylvania. Yeah, I'm excited. But I'm gonna wrap it up because I just don't want to keep on yapping. You guys can tune in on Tuesday morning to see me talk about whatever happens tonight and this weekend and over the week. That's generally what that show's for. But I'm trying to get this show to be more, having a panel on or having a guest on and getting back, in the swing of things. Because I was looking at my YouTube and seeing my highest performing videos, and they were from over like a year ago when I was in a different time slot. And yeah, I had some pretty good guests on then, but it just hasn't been the same in this time slot. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I haven't been having as many guests as I did before. So I'm going to start bugging people and reaching out to people to get them on the schedule to see, if I can get some more breeders on here that I haven't met and haven't been on here before. So you're not seeing seeing the same old people. But yeah, Phil, I am already home. We left like at 11. So the kids sort of forced us to leave a little bit earlier. We found a playground, let them get off some steam. But yeah, I got home about an hour ago, but it wasn't too bad. But anyway, so I'm gonna head out. Stay tuned. I'll make some posts about the snakes that I picked up and about the video, so you guys can check out what I picked up at the show today. That being said, there is another auction tonight for Stan at Sea of Serpents. It's over on Celtic Balls channel. I believe it is at 7 o'clock. So go tune in. See if there's anything that you want to bid on. A lot of the stuff is overflow from the auction that we did a couple weeks ago. People were on their phones while we were doing the live and missing some messages, things like that. So there were a lot of people that wanted to help, but for whatever reason we didn't get their messages, or it didn't get relayed to me, or I just flat out missed them because I was doing the slides, doing the chat, and tracking everything. So but yeah, go ahead and check that out. And Phil, awesome. I know now you're one of us. But go check that out. Go support Stan, and yeah, hopefully they can raise some more money for him going through a hard time. Hey, Malacio, I am actually headed off. I was just telling everybody to go check out the auction tonight for Stan over at Sea of Serpents on Celtic Balls channel. I'm going to send you a picture after I get off of what I just picked up, because it's a recessive that you'll like. So, but that's it for me today. I want to make it a little quick. I didn't really have too much planned. No guests, just me. Long day, so I have some stuff to do, and I don't want to drag this out too long, and just keep on rambling. But thanks for tuning in. Go check out the auction for Stan tonight at 7, and I will see you next time.